I was in the Passport Bros subreddit and I actually came across a post that had a gem within it. So this whole post is not just about me capping on Passport Bros or making fun. There's actually something of value in this and that goes along with things that I have been seeing on my platforms. Okay, so this person says Mexico is just as hard as the US. Mexico isn't that poor of a country, and hot girls usually have a nice quality of life already. So if you're looking to date girls 7 plus, you're going to struggle. And being American isn't going to impress anyone down here. I haven't traveled to anywhere except Mexico, so I have no firsthand experience on how Colombia or Southeast Asia compare. But from posts I read, it seems like it's way easier than here, probably due to poorer people and farther from the US. Also, I'm not short. I'm not a short, bald incel. I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 feet tall, athletic body, and speak Spanish fluently. And haven't managed to get a girlfriend here, despite visiting for 7 years and living here for the past 2. So, according to this man, having hair, being 6 feet tall, and an athletic body is enough. He should have been able to score. So, because of that, he's saying that it's hard. And he's like, it's just because they are not poor enough to want me, despite me being American with hair and tall ish. That should be enough. These people have, what do they, their personality traits is their height, whether it's 6 feet or under, that becomes their personality. And they readily admit that the women have to be on the poor side for them to even have a shot at them. They are literally admitting this, that they have nothing else to offer except to dangle their American passport and a couple of coins. But then they bring them up here or get with them, and then they whine about having to actually do what providers do, which is provide. Anyways, let's get into some of these comments, and then I'm gonna get to the gym that I was talking about. This person says, have you been trying to get a girlfriend there? If you're 6 feet tall, athletic body with some money and a US passport, then there's some other factor that you're not mentioning. How's your social skills? Absolutely. Let's ask this question. Are you awkward? Are you nice? Or do you come across as arrogant, entitled? What's going on? This person says, I agree. Here's what we know. US passport cracks the magic 6 foot number. Not dirt poor, safe assumption. Athletic build, not bald, speak Spanish. Can't get a girlfriend in Mexico in 2 years. Something doesn't add up. I dated a rich girl from Mexico City. Oh, I'm not too concerned about that. I want to jump to the gym that I was talking about. This person says, what if he's ugly? LOL, just kidding. However, he's right. Mexicans don't care much about gringos. This person says, this is a bogus take. I was in Monterey for a few months last year, and my Tinder lit up. No problem whatsoever getting dates, and my Spanish is minimal. If I spoke fluent Spanish, I never would have left. Okay, now here's the man that came with the gym. He says, Mexico has the most educated women in Latin America, and Mexico has the richest people in Latin America. So, of course, it's not going to be as easy like Colombia or the DR. And someone says, absolutely not. Then Lucky Collection actually dropped a link so this is what we're about to explore. This link from the World Economic Forum is titled, This is How Latin American Women Came to Be More Educated Than Men. Yes. Keep in mind, this is a global trend. We're seeing that. We're seeing that across the board here in the United States, and we're seeing women outpace men as the educational opportunities open up. But I just wanted to highlight the picture that they had embedded in the article here. These women, studying computers or whatever they're doing. Today, more than 6 out of 10 women in Latin America and the Caribbean go to college, while less than half of men do. Look at the same statistics for 1970. Only 5% of women made it beyond second level schooling. This is according to Latino metrics analysis of the World Bank data. It represents a significant progress for a region largely made up of emerging and developing economies. That is a humongous jump to go from 5% of women making it past second level schooling to more than 6 out of 10 that are going to college. That is amazing, and that happened over just a 50-year time span. Look at this graph, this uptick, and then look at the big gap between the men and the women. The female side is the purple, purplish looking color, and the male side is the orangish color. So you see this gap. What this gap represents is the fact that women are living in the same places, but being able to take these opportunities and flourish with it. And I am excited to be able to witness this during my lifetime. Transforming education for women in Latin America. According to UNESCO, Latin America and the Caribbean is the second in the world for gender parity in higher education. After Oceania, the collective name for the Pacific Ocean islands, including Australia and New Zealand, the region's gender gap in higher education began to inverse in 1993, only a year after the EU and 8 years before the same trend emerged on a global scale. Panama was the first country to turn the education balance around for women as far back as 1973. Uruguay followed in 1979, Argentina in 1989, and Mexico as recently as 2016, according to Latino metrics. The World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Report of 2022 noted high levels of gender parity in education in Latin America and the Caribbean, with 18 countries having closed their gender gap in tertiary education. However, it also pointed out that other countries in the region, including El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala, have low enrollment rates for both sexes as compared to some of their neighbors. Investing in women's education pays. It is well documented that investing in women's education pays off. As Latino metrics point out, it has been proven to reduce economic inequality and drive more sustainable development. This is the part. As societies with more educated women tend to have lower levels of violence and are more likely to be democratically governed. Because as women come into rule, what we have been seeing have been patriarchies. Men have been in leadership for the longest, and what that has bred with the reliance of men in charge and religions in charge has been detrimental to women and girls globally. And women and girls haven't had the opportunity because the patriarchy said no. And so women now, as we are growing into these opportunities and securing our own financial freedom, we are finally going into leadership because women and girls were artificially suppressed and oppressed. But as that chain has lifted, as that boulder has lifted off of our backs and we've had the opportunities, we have grabbed it. So that is going to give us more financial freedom. It's going to give us more opportunities in leadership roles, in political roles, in our lives. And the opportunities are going to be endless. And I love that for us globally. You guys, go ahead, jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Are you excited? I'm excited for what is to come for women globally. Y'all, this brightened my day. Hopefully it does the same for you. Like, comment,